Hey, it's Chris here from the We Will Rock You project, and in today's lesson I'm just going to teach you how to tune the guitar, okay? Might sound quite simple, but there is quite a lot to it. Now, not everyone has a guitar that's watching this video, but it's really important to understand how to tune it, even if you've not got one. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of people watching this that have a guitar at home, but don't know how to tune it, and it sounds not very nice when you come to play it. So, how I'm going to show you how to tune it today is by using a free app that you can download on your tablets or your phones or your parents' phones, and you can show your parents this video as well, so that they can learn how to do it as well. And this way, if you do have a guitar at home, we can keep it nicely in tune, meaning that when you're practicing all the things that you've been learning, not just from us, but watching people on television, you can try it out on your guitar, and it will sound great because your guitar's in tune. Okay. A lot of the time, people are playing things correctly, but their guitar is out of tune, so they think they're playing it wrong, and they put the guitar down and they give up, okay? So what we're going to do firstly is I'm just going to show you what app we're going to use to download this app for the tuning, okay? So I've just got my iPhone here. Like I say, you can use a tablet, doesn't have to be an iPhone either, could be Android, but I understand some of you might not have phones as well, so maybe use your parents and get your parents to watch this. So I've gone to the App Store and I'm downloading an app that is called Fender Tune, okay? And I'll just click that. You don't have to pay for this, it's for free. And it's called Fender Tune. So let me just go back. And this is what the home screen looks like, okay? Now I will put an icon of Fender Tune on the screen so you can see what it looks like when you're searching for it. And when you download this app, this is the home screen that you get, okay? So I'm just going to put this down for a second and we'll come back to that in a moment. So back to this guitar of ours, okay? Now this same rules apply for this tuning with a bass as well. You'll have seen our video that has an introduction to the bass guitar. And we've got our videos, lessons that have the introduction to both the acoustic and the electric. Now this tuner will work for all these instruments, okay? But the key thing to remember is, just like this guitar, this acoustic guitar, and most of the electrics, especially the ones that I'm sure you'll have at home if you've got one, will have 6 strings, okay? So we need to tune these 6 strings. So, what I'm going to do is, firstly, tell you the names of the strings. Now, we have gone through this again in previous lessons, but it's always good to refresh our memory. So we have 6 strings, and these strings all have names, and the one closest to my chin, to my head, is this one. And it's the thickest string of the 6, and this is called E, and that's an E for elephant, okay? And then the one next to it, as we just work our way down, away from my face, this is an A for and then we go down again, and this is a D for donkey, and we go down again, this is a G for grows, we go down again, this is a B for big, and we go down one more to the string, the finished string, which is furthest away from our head, and this is called E again for ears. So when we put all that together, we have elephants and donkeys grow big ears. Okay? Now I always talk about this to all my students. Elephants and donkeys grow big ears. Okay? And if we can remember that, we can always remember the names of the strings. Okay? E for elephant, A for and, D for donkey, G for grow, B for big, and E for ears. And if we can get into the habit of using those capital letters as well, so E rather than E, A rather than A, D rather than D, G rather than G, B rather than B, and E again rather than E. And as Dan mentioned in one of the previous videos where we explained about the guitar and the different parts, there is 2 E's. There's the low E and the high E. Now notice my guitar doesn't sound in tune. Now that is that I've purposely put the guitar out of tune so that way I can tune it in for the video. So have a listen to this. Doesn't sound very nice, does it? Doesn't sound very nice at all. So what do I need to do? I need to tune it in. So I'm going to go back to my app on my phone, my Fender Tune app, and it looks like this, okay? And this green bit at the top where it says auto, I'm going to press that. And when I press this button, this comes up. Now there is settings in this app where you can change the instrument, okay? So you can go into the settings, I'm sure you're all really good. And can you see it's already trying to pick up the tone of my voice? So I was speaking in the key of B then by the looks of things. So it says, pluck a string. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand this here. See if we can see what happens. So I'm going to pick my first string. Now I know that this string should say E. And it should say E because I know this is the elephant string. An elephant begins with E. So when I pick this string, oh, it says B. So that straight away tells me, if I think of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, I need to get to E. But my string is showing as a B. Now B is before E in the alphabet, so that tells me that my string is too low and I need to tighten it to work my way up to E. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the string all the way across to the tuning peg. And it's this one here. This is the one that's tied to this first string, okay? And I'm going to tighten it, I'm going to turn it, what you would say is anti-clockwise, away from me, okay? I'm going to turn it away from me. And I'm going to play the string as I turn it. And now it's gone up to C, so it's getting higher. I turn it again. C sharp, so it's getting higher every time. Now it's on D. So D's just before E, so I know I'm really close. A, B, C, D. I need E. And I'm going to keep going. D sharp, so I'm so close to E now. Remember to turn it a little bit at a time because you don't want to go too far and go past the note you're trying to get to. And there's E. So straight away I'm on E now. And I want it to go green. And I've gone too far. See, the arrow's gone past the E. So I'm just turning it down a little bit. And there we have it. A perfect E, okay? So that's my first string. So what should my second string be? See if you can shout it out now on the screen. So we've got elephants, and, yes, so it's A for and. So I'm going to pick my second string. Now it should say A, but I think it's probably going to be out of tune. So let's see what the second string says. Oh, it says F sharp. So this is a good one for us because we need to get it up to A. Now, although F is after A in the alphabet, on our guitars, the notes only go up to a G sharp and then it goes back to the beginning from A. So this says F sharp, but if I tighten it, we go to G and we tighten it again. Now it says G sharp. So I'm going to stop there a second. So this second string is saying G sharp, okay? Now there is no H. There's no such thing as a H chord, so after G sharp, it goes to A. So if I tighten it a little bit more, it will go from G sharp to A. Now on this video, I will put a list of all the notes, so don't be worrying about that. And we will be doing some basic theory lessons as well. So we'll implement that a little bit in the lessons as time goes by. So G sharp, I'm tightening it a little bit. Sometimes it says the wrong note, don't worry about that. G sharp, tightening. We're on our A, and I just need to keep tightening it a little bit to get that into the middle so it goes green. Lovely, there we have it. So we've got our E. It's picking up my voice. We've got our E and we've got our A. So what should this string be? Elephants and donkeys, okay? D for donkey. So I'm going to pick this string and let's see what it says. And it says C. So What's before D in the alphabet? A, B, C, D. So it's C's just before D. So really, if I start to just tighten in this a little bit, keep going, go past C. Now we're at C sharp, so we're still tightening a little bit more. We don't want C sharp though, do we? Let's keep going. D, so I'm going to tighten a little bit more. And there we have it, our green D. So far we've got our E, we've got our, there we go, our E, we've got our A, we've got our D. So what's this string meant to be next to D? Elephants and donkeys grow. So we've got our G for grow. So let's see what this one's saying. Oh, now it says F. So again, go back to what I've been taught. So I use my alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So G's next to F. So I need to tighten it up to G. So I've gone now to this tuning peg here, because that is the one that's linked to this string, okay? And I'm just going to turn this so it gets higher. If you get confused when you're turning the peg and you notice the notes going lower, then you're turning the peg the wrong way, okay? So you want to keep turning that peg. We're on F sharp. Keep going up to G. Go. There's our G. So just two strings to go. Elephants and donkeys grow big. So we've got B for big now. So let's see what our B string is currently on. So it's on A. So notice a lot of these strings they're just slightly out of tune where they're a tone below. So this is showing as A when it should be showing as B. Okay. So I'm going to tighten it because we know B's after A. And you can hear the note and the pitch getting higher every time you tighten that tuning peg. And I'm just going out a little bit further to get that in the middle so it goes green. There we go, there's our B. And we're now on our last string, which is the furthest one away from my head. And this is also known as a elephants and donkeys grow big ears, okay? This is E for ears. So remember I said at the start, there's two E's. There's a low E and then there's a high E. This is our high E, okay? It's a higher pitch. Now I'm going to pick this string and let's see what it's currently tuned in as. So it's saying D sharp or a very, very low E. So it's on the cusp of being close to an E, but we need to tighten it. It's really close. There we have it. There's our high E. So we've got an E, an A, a D, a G, a B, and an E. So straight away the guitar's sounding so much better. So I'm just going to close this app down so it stops bleeping and just going to have a quick chat quickly about this. So I've just tuned the guitar. It sounded awful when we started the lesson and now when you hear it, sounds really nice, okay? So key points to take away from that is we don't want to be turning these unless we know what we're doing, okay? So that's rule one, is if you're unsure, obviously I want you to have a go if you've got a guitar at home, but if you're going to have a go, please just bear in mind not to just turn these dead fast all one way, because what will happen is you might snap the string, okay? So when you turn these, just do them a little bit at a time and keep looking at your app on your phone or on your parents' phone and just seeing what letter it's getting to, and try and get it to the letters that we put up on the screen for you in this lesson. You can watch this over as many times as you want, and you can use this video forever to help you to always tune the guitar up. So point one is just don't turn these too far too soon, just in case you risk snapping the strings. If you're really unsure, ask an adult to help you, and then watch them doing it, a good few times before you try doing it yourself. There is other ways to tune the guitar. We can use our ears with a keyboard, so we can press like on a piano or on a keyboard, we can press the E note, and we can use our ears and try and get the guitar to match that sound. That is a bit tougher, especially if you're only just getting into music and you've not experienced a lot of music. The other options are you can use one of these, okay? Now this is another type of guitar tuning. If anyone's watching this that's seen me in school when I come into the schools to teach, I have one of these on the guitars. And this just clips on the top and you turn it on and it does the same thing as what the app does, okay? When you pick the string, it tells you the note on there we go. Now one thing to notice with guitars is they do go out of tune ever so slightly, okay? And that's just due to temperature in the room, due to if the strings are quite new. So we have to keep tuning them, okay? So these tuners are great. I highly recommend these. These are a lot more accurate than the apps, if I'm being honest. However, these aren't free. You can buy these on places like Amazon and your local music stores for like £3 or £4 or maybe £5 max, okay? But if you've not got access to one of these, don't worry about it. You don't need it. You just need a phone or a tablet and you can download that app. And I will put the details of the app at the end of this video again, just so that you've got the details fully there, okay? So, in a nutshell, that's how we tune the guitar. So, coming up at some point soon, we will be doing some lessons on how to play the guitar. So, simple lessons. Now we've learned about what the guitar is, what it does. We've now learned how to tune it. So next thing in line is to learn how to play it, and we're all going to get there, okay? Thanks for listening, and then we'll see you in the next lesson. Bye now.